is one God in the whole universe, the one who created us. There is one God.
And bear a son. So then drink no wine or strong drink, and eat nothing unclean, for the child shall be a Nazarene and heir to God from the womb to the day of his death. Praise be to God. So we can see this her parents, the way Samson was born. It was a prophecy. Praise be to God. So I want the verse 5, he says, "For behold, you shall conceive and bear a son. No razor shall come upon his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite of God." Praise be to God. So no razor. So in other words, his power was in his hair. Praise be to God. So in chapter 16, we see that Samson went to Gaza, and there he saw a prostitute and he went in to her. The Gazites were told, "Samson has come here," and they surrounded the place and set an ambush for him all night at the gate of the city. They kept quiet and all night, saying, "Let us wait till the light of the morning, then we will kill him." But Samson lay till midnight, and at midnight he rose and took hold of the doors of the gate of the city and the two posts, and pulled them up and pulled them on his shoulder, and carried them to the top of the hill that is the front of Hebron. Praise be to God. After this, he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah, and the lords of the Philistines came up to her and said to her, "Seduce him and see where his great strength lies, and by what means we may overpower him, that we may bind him to humble him, and we will each give you 1,100 pieces of silver." So Delilah said to Samson, "Please tell me where your great strength lies, and how you might be bound, that one could subdue you." Samson said to her, "If they bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings that have been dried, then I shall become weak and be like any other man." Then the Lord of the Philistines brought up the 7 fresh bowstrings that had been dried, and she bound him with them. Now she had men lying in ambush in an inner chamber, and she said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." But he snapped the bowstrings as the thread of flax snapped when he touched the fire. So the secret of the strength was not known. Praise be to God. So Delilah used deception. So the first thing you need to understand, Delilah used deception to deceive Samson. Praise be to God. So I need you to understand that deception is used to bring people down. So be careful. Don't be deceived. God is not mocked. Whatever you plant, that shall you reap. Praise be to God. Hallelujah. So the second person you need us to look at is called Abraham. Praise be to God. If you open your Bibles in the book of Genesis chapter 12, Genesis chapter 12 verses 11 to 13. Genesis chapter 11 verses 12 to verses 11 to 13. This is Abraham and Sarai in Egypt. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to Sarai, his wife, "I know that you are a woman beautiful in appearance, and when the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' Then they will kill me, but they will let you live." Praise be to God. So another deception, another point I want to share is called lies. Praise be to God. Abraham had to lie that his wife Sarai was his sister. Praise be to God. And this caused him to lie. Praise be to God. Do you lie? Do you say lies? So the consequences of lying. If it wasn't of God intervening, then the wife would have gone. Praise be to God. Hallelujah. The next, we shall continue with Abraham, and we see the family conflict. The third thing is that we need to see the conflict in the family. Praise be to God. If you open your book in Genesis chapter 16, verses 1 to 6, it says, now Sarai, Abraham's wife, had borne him no children. She had a female Egyptian servant whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said to Abraham, behold, now the Lord has prevented me from bearing children. Go in to my servant, it may be that I shall obtain children by her. And Abraham listened to the voice of Sarai. So after Abraham had lived 10 years in the land of Canaan, Sarai, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, the Egyptian, her servant, and gave her to Abraham, her husband, as a wife. And he went in to Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, she looked with contempt